Hey everybody, today we're going to make this wood jack-o'-lantern. Whoa. Scary. Actually, this project's a lot of fun and I'm so excited to share it with you. First of all, this is a really basic, simple project that you can do. It's made from one cedar fence picket. It's inexpensive. It's a great project for beginners, but it's a lot of fun for people with more experience too. I love this project because there's so much room for creativity. You can paint it orange, you can do different faces, you can add different kinds of embellishments, you can add different elements to the structure. There's just so much you can do to make it your own. Another thing you can do with this bad boy is you can keep it, put it on your front porch during the Halloween season. You can give it away as a fun gift, or you can sell them. I'm so glad you made it to Homestyle Woodcrafts today. My name is James. Let's get going. Here are the parts. There's 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all the same size. We're just going to do cross cuts on the cedar fence picket. Then we've got a top. Again, just a single cross cut on the fence picket. And then we've got this stem, little stem on the top. Another cross cut. These are simple cuts. And then it's just a matter of assembling it and cutting out this beautiful face. So let's get cutting. The first cuts I'm going to make are the sides. I'm going to make them 9 inches tall, but you can make them whatever size you want. The last one I made, or which was actually the first one I made, was a foot tall. But I'm making this one 9 inches. After that, I'm going to cut the lid. Hey, don't forget your safety gear. I'm going to be using a dust mask, eye protection over my glasses, and also hearing protection. Take care of yourself. Okay, so I got my 4 lengths. Now, because there could be some slight variations, I'm going to stack these and trim the ends of them so that they'll all be much closer to the same length. Now I'm going to cut the lid, and that's 8.5 inches long. All right, now the stem, which is 1.5 inches. So all the pieces are cut, and let's start assembling. I'm going to be assembling with wood glue and my nail gun here. But you could use nails or screws, whatever you happen to have on hand. All I'm going to be doing is making this box. I'm going to glue it and nail it, and that's going to be it. So what you're looking at is a bird's eye view of my miter box. So I'm going to take, this is the small piece we cut, 1.5 inches in this direction. And I'm going to cut it down so that it's 3 inches from here to here. And this is going to be the stem on top of the lid. I wrapped it in some painter's tape to help prevent tear out, which is all the little splintery pieces on the back side of the cut. And we've got our stem. Okay, so let's attach the stem to the lid. And I want it reasonably centered. One way to make sure it's centered is that you have an equal measurement from the edge of the piece to the edge of the piece you're attaching it to. So this should be around 2 3/4. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. Nobody's going to come around and measure it after you're done with it. This should be about 2 1/4. Maybe a little back here. All right, I think that looks pretty good. So I'm going to mark a corner here and here so I can put it back into place, because I'm going to do a little trick here. Okay, so those 2 marks show where it's going to be placed. And now I'm going to drill a little hole in the middle of where it's going to be. And I'll show you why in a minute. So let's glue it into place. What do you think? Let's get that seated a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to flip it over, kind of balance it. Now, probably hard to see, but this is my hole. And I know that's pretty close to the middle of that stem piece. And so I'm going to use that as a reference point. Whoops, sorry about all the movement there. Use that as a reference point to nail that in. Whew, lucky. I thought I might have missed. Okay, so now we have our lid. Okay, so we're almost done. Now I need to draw the Halloween face on the box and cut it out. And I'm going to be using a jigsaw. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the shapes on, and in the middle of the cutout pieces, I'm going to drill a hole so I can lower the jigsaw blade into the hole and then start cutting like that. And I'll show you how it's done. Okay, so I've drawn the face on here. There it is. The reason the lid is 8.5 inches wide is because this, from this point to this point, is 6.5 inches wide. And I made the lid so that it hangs over about 1 inch on the side. Let's put it together. Okay, I goofed up on the last segment of video and managed to not record it. Back up here. What I did is I put some glue around the top and I put the lid down, and then I put some nails in to nail it down and secure it. So here it is. And here is what it looks like, all lit up in the dark. Great project. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you give it a try. If you do, or if you have other ideas about what could make this a unique project, add them in the comments. And while you're at it, check out this other video. I think you're really going to like it. And check out the other Halloween videos I've got too. Take care, and I'll see you next time. After that, I'm going to cut the lid. And there's a car coming by, and this is really embarrassing.